Yeah, he took a bad rap for doing that. Obviously, that's like a big no-no in comedy. You got to be original. You got to write your own jokes. You can't take other people's material, of course, dog.
This is the True Hustle Podcast with your host, JR.
This is the True Hustle Podcast with your host, JR.
Your HBO special, bro.
Yes, sir.
Bro, I watched it. And when you came out and you said, I'm just a kid from Huntington Park.
That was a dream, yeah.
Bro, I don't even think you realize what it does to people like me that come from the city, that grew up there. And it's just like, I was like, oh, fuck yeah. My chick was like, hey, relax. I'm like, bro, you don't even know. Like, you know, for you to be on that stage and represent our city makes us feel fucking amazing, bro. So I don't know if you understand how deep it goes, but bro.
As I get older, I do realize it a little bit more. Like, dude, I'm truly blessed. Born and raised, Huntington Park, California, dog. I still live in Huntington Park, dog. Which so it's like it's even that, bro. Like my whole family has moved away, dog. They moved on to Ontario and the Victorvilles and all these other areas, fool. And I'm the last man standing there, fool. And for many reasons, but rent control being one of them. And, pero I love Huntington Park. I feel safe there. I feel like I'm not saying that I go around just high-fiving everybody in the streets, of course, dog, but it's just one of those things where I'm very low-key there, very quiet. People are to themselves, you know, very traditional paisa neighborhood. You know, I've got neighbors that don't know what the fuck I do. They don't know what I do. Fool, they're just señoras, you know, barriendo sus driveways, and they're just like, they see me at home all the time. They just think I'm probably drug dealing or something, dog, but they don't understand why I'm always home. They're like, why are you always home? Like, what I'm trying to tell you is that I'm very comfortable there, dog. I love Huntington Park. It's always been good to me. I've never had any issues. I grew up around gangs as my neighbors, as my friends, and all that stuff. And I grew up around. I moved around in HP several times where I would I would go from one rival gang to another. I'm not gonna name the gangs, but I would go from one gang neighborhood to another gang neighborhood and just make friends on both.
And you were just fucking neutral.
Yeah, I was neutral, bro. They would try to recruit me, dog, but I was like, no, man, my mom won't let me, dog. Like, you gotta ask my mom for it, and I don't think she's gonna like that.
Yeah, my mom ain't with it.
I remember they would be like, dog, we're gonna jump you in for 60 seconds, but we like you, dog, so we're just gonna do it for 30, dog. I'm like, no, thanks, but no thanks. Yeah, we like you, fool, just for 30, but it's always been a good city to me, dog, and I'm proud of it. Now, of course, my special dropped in 2019, late 2019. And have been on Netflix before that in 2017. And at that time, that I also did say, like, from Huntington Park. Well, I told Chingo, because Chingo brought me up, Chingo Bling, and I told him, hey, fool, bring me up as from Huntington Park, California, please. You know, because that meant a lot to me, you know, and he did that for me. Like, yo, from Huntington, don't say from LA, don't say, you know, just from Cali, from LA, say from Huntington Park. And he did that for me, obviously, and that meant a lot to me, dog. You know, that meant a lot to me being the first time just hearing Huntington Park on Netflix. Bro. You know, that was a little bit bigger. I mean, then I got to do it again for my own special, and for me to say it, yeah, it was dope, man.
It's fucking dope, bro.
I actually wanted to film it in Huntington Park, but no donde, way. You know, La Boom was taken that night.
La Boom?
La Boom was booked that weekend, dog.
Oh, that's funny.
We did it in Glendale at the at the Alex Theater, a beautiful theater and stuff. But yeah, man, I still want to film something in HP one day, dog.
Dude, right now, if HP had a Mount Rushmore, you would be up there, bro, and then it would be me. You're always rapping. Damn.
Tex Winter, the creator of the Triangle Offense, went to Huntington Park High School, dog.
No way.
Yeah.
I didn't know
Phil
that.
Jackson's assistant coach.
And he's a creator of the Triangle.
Yeah.
You're right.
Creator, yeah. Oh, and there's a little plaque in him at the high school. And they also shot Grease there.
And that's what I was going to say. And they filmed Grease right there.
Grease,
Some people don't know, but now you know.
Oh, yeah. But that HP has been beautiful, man. You know, I'm 43 years old, dog. So I remember being 5-6 years old and having white neighbors, dog, in HP. Had an old viejita white lady that used to take care of me when I was little, to bring me up from school. Yeah, it's crazy, man. So
because all those neighborhoods, Huntington Park, Southgate, they were all white neighborhoods.
Yeah.
So when we moved to HP, the seller of the house right there on Seville was white. So and then it started getting, and even when we moved to Southgate, because I lived half of my life in HP, and then we moved to Southgate.
Yeah.
And the seller of my dad's house was white too.
Yeah, see, fool.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, that's crazy, dog.
That's crazy.
Well, you're into real estate. What happened?
Man, I don't know. People, we came deep we just
kept coming,
took
right?
over.
We just kept coming,
and I think we just kept coming, and they kept moving.
Yeah.
So they started going to Orange County.
Huh. We should do that
because Downey right here is another one.
Yeah.
Dude,
very Latino.
All these neighborhoods.
This was all white, yeah.
All white.
Yeah. I used to come out here to do yard sales, bro. Like, do yard sales, to fucking buy at yard sales. Dog.
And then we will fucking come over here to trick or treat.
Yeah, trick or treat.
Because they give the big fucking bars.
Yeah, trick or treat, though. Yeah. Still today, but it's not the same, right? Still today.
It's a little bit different.
I got teenager kids, and when they were like, right now they're 15 and 14, but when they were 4, 5, 6, we brought them out to Downey like 10 years ago. It wasn't the same.
It's changing.
Yeah. But it's still, this is still goals for me, dog. Like, I'll talk about it on stage where, like, this is where some motherfuckers want to live in Beverly Hills. Nah, I want to just Downey, bro. Just give me Downey. I'll take Downey,
bro.
Fool.
It's because I think everybody that grows up in our neighborhood, like all these neighborhoods, HP, Southgate, Linwood, this is our final destination.
Yeah.
Like, we all want to be in Downey.
You made it, and you made it.
You know, and it's like, damn, I fucking made it.
It's a flex, bro.
You know, it's a flex for real.
A flex, dog.
Dude, so.
But because once you make it on like in a place like Downey, like it's like you made it you can make it anywhere. Is how I see it, fool. Like if you could buy a house in Downey, it means you could buy a house anywhere, fool. This is the most expensive place.
Yeah, Downey is expensive.
You're getting less for your buck. Let's be honest. Because there's bigger and better things out there.
Absolutely.
You're getting less for your whatever, but it's still.
But it's still Downey, essentially located to everything you could get to Dodger Stadium.
That's what. That's why
traffic kills it, but we're in the middle of everything.
I'm used to it. That's the only reason I'm still in HP, dog. I need to get to Hollywood. I need to get to Long Beach. I need to get to the Valley. I need to get to places, and HP still gives me the opportunity to jump on a 110, 105, 91, 605, all that stuff, and get to places. Yeah, there's traffic, but I also will get to work a little later than most people. Yeah. So I get to leave the house about 7:30, 8 o'clock at night, which, it's still traffic, but not as bad.
But
it's still a cool little central area for me, dog.
That's what's up. So HP has a landmark. Well, I want to call it a landmark, right?
All right.
It's a street that's known. Everybody knows. When you bring up HP, you're gonna bring up Pacific Boulevard, aka La Pacific.
La Pacific.
What are your memories of going to fucking Pacific? Aside from getting your chambelán.
Yeah, of course, a little bit of everything, bro. No, I mean, I was a little rough kid when I was growing up. Obviously, in the early '90s and stuff like that. And man, so many. I rioted in '93. I hit HP. I hit the HP. I was 13 years old.
Dude, compa. I used to live on Seville when that happened.
Yeah, dude.
So it was a block away from Pacific.
Yo también, compa. I was on Seville. I was in Seville and Slauson, bro. By Gus Burgers.
Seville and Gate. Oh, yeah. Gus Burgers.
Yeah.
Bro.
I was right behind Gus Burgers. I was one of the first customers when that place opened, dog.
I used to ditch. I would go to fucking Gus Burgers and leave my backpack there, dog. Damn, bro.
That's the shit right there, dog.
Hit him with the fuck.
So I rioted in La Pacific. I did that. I got my bike stolen in La Pacific a few times, dog. I used to take my bike on La Pacific, and Cholos would just grab the handlebar. I remember I'm 12, 11, 10, going with other homies and stuff, and they see when I've been scrawny my whole life, littles, and I remember it happened twice. Una vez eran morenitos. I don't know what they were doing in HP, but one other time with Cholos, and they just grab the fucking handlebar. And they flip it, and then I fly out, and then I just get up, and I'm like, what the hell just happened? And I just get on my bike, and late. And I'm just like, of course, I cry. I'm like, oh shit, what the hell, fuck, man? And so a little bit of everything. I used to shoplift too. This is Woolworth. There was Woolworth.
Oh shit.
There's JJ Newberry. There's JCPenney, that I'm still not allowed to go to JCPenney. I'm banned for life.
You're banned for life for stealing?
Banned for life for stealing, shoplifting, dog. This was all when I was 12, 13, 14, 15.
How about Fallas Paredes, bro?
I never stole from Fallas Paredes. It's not worth it, dog.
It wasn't worth it?
It wasn't worth it, bro. But no, there was Rite Aid, which is thrifty. It's closed down now. We used to just go. I was big into, honestly, shoplifting was my thing.
Did you go to the arcades right there?
Yeah, the ones under the basement.
Right there on Saturn.
Until I got a little too grimy, dog. I got a little too thuggish in there for me, dog. A little scary and stuff. So I would stop going in there because, again, I'm from Slauson in Seville. So once you start getting to Florence side, that's a little different area for me.
Yeah.
A little different side of town for me. So it was not as safe for me. So I was kind of stayed from Gage pa abajo way.
Yeah, because possible. Right there on Seville and Florence, It was a little bit rough.
It was very rough, dog. Still today, man. Still today.
You know, like I remember there was a shootout right in front of our house, and the fool just fell out and was fucking bleeding.
Yeah.
And then his homies had to carry him out. Like a straight fucking shootout. I was fucking like 8.
See, we know, yeah. We used to hear about it all the time, bro.
Yeah.
All the time. And just, I remember being a teenager just waking up like, hey, so-and-so got shot and, you know, passed away. I'm like, oh, a kid like my age, you know, kids like my age. I'm like, fuck, that's fucked up. Así es la vida, way. But that's, I think that's anywhere, any neighborhood you grow up in, there's rough sides and, you know, but other than that, HP was, man, I loved it, man. I even stole shoes. I would, you know, put on shoes and run out with them.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, and then it got to a point where they were hiring me. Like, I was like a shoplifter for hire. Like, they were like, hey, could you go steal this for me? And like hats and stuff like that. Yeah, like for like $5, dog. I was like stealing hats and baseball hats and you know, whatever the heck, fool. But yeah, it was a little area. And then I finally got caught and I did go like to jail, HP jail and all that. But gracias a Dios, I was 15. And then so they sent me to jail for one day, whatever. Then my parents come pick me up and I was their biggest disappointment at the time. And then they take you to court. And then, gracias a Dios, dog, I had like a really good, like really nice judge. White boy, viejita in Norwalk. They took you to the juvenile courts.
So he went easy on you.
Yeah, so he went really easy on me. Because JC Penney caught me, dog, and then they had caught me on camera that I had been there like 3 times that week already. And I would keep going back and
you would go up in the elevator.
Yeah, up they're in the elevators where you're stuffing the stuff when you're in the elevators, where you're stuffing all your clothes and so you come on, you run out to the back. And anyways, the judge was like, yo, man, so they have all this video on you that you've been doing it a lot. And it was me and a couple other buddies, so it was all 3 of us. And then and at the end of the day, that judge was super sweet. Like, hey, man, this is a learning experience. If you ever get caught again, I'm gonna come hard on you, but this time we'll let you go. Just learn from this. They give us like community service. Had to go clean up. We did the whole clean up the neighborhood, the walls, and clean up the alleys, bro. We did all that stuff.
There's a lot of alleys in HP.
See, with dirty ass shit, dog. And, but I learned my lesson, dog. It was a good little experience, and that's HP, man. As me being raised there all this time, and La Pacific is the spot for me, dog. The spot. Remember when you had the sidewalk sales? Oh, sidewalk sales is fucking dope too.
Like now, it's changed, bro.
Yeah.
HP's changing little by little. Now we even have a Target.
We got where?
On Slauson.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right in front of HP.
Yeah, bro, that's crazy.
It's a little baby Target, dog. I went to it. It's not chiquita,
This is looking tiny.
Not chiquita, way. But hey, so there's something, dog. Tell you no, I'm proud of HP. My kids go there now. They're Huntington Park proud Spartans. You know, their mom lives in Azusa. She bought a house in Azusa, and my kids want to stay with me all week because they want to keep going to HP High, dude. So they got little grass. Cool. It's a trip, man. I tell them, no, hey, go get a better education, dog. Learn how to read, fool. Because you guys are in high school already. Están atrasando mucho, wey. And they want to keep coming to HP, dog. So
HP is changing. I mean, it is getting better. So shit, all my memories are there, bro.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, no, I'm getting older too. Like I am ready to move on. I'm ready to move out, and you know, I'm not saying I'm a celebrity out and shit, but it's a little. As much as I want to say I love HP and I feel safe there, it's also kind of like it's too open. Like it's too many weird shit going on around, you know. And I don't always feel as safe as possible. You know,
like I think maybe it's time for a change.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
Like I live in Southgate. I feel good, but eventually we're gonna move.
Yeah, Southgate goes a little bit. Southgate was a step up from HP growing up. Huh? You know what I mean?
So it's like
there's more homeowners.
It's like steps on like HP, then Southgate, and final destination Downey.
It's good. What people don't understand is HP is more like más apartamentos, way. So it's a little bit more crowded, it's more congested, and so people just stuff a lot of families into one house, dog. So like where I live in HP, I got a nice little beach townhouse, 3 bedrooms. It's just me and my kids, dog. But there's other townhouses. They got like 3 families living in there, dog. And I just trip out, fool. Like the same. I look at my house. I go, I couldn't live with more people than us. Like, we're comfortable here. Everybody's got their own room. Everybody's got their own space. And then you look at the neighbors. Y tienen como 5 carros, way, like stuffed in. And I'm just like, damn, bro.
Like
how do they do it?
When I put a rental out in HP because I own some property there, people come in and I ask them like how many occupants. 11. I'm like, it's a 2-bedroom. No, like, dude, how you gonna? Oh, hell no.
Yeah.
So did you go to Miles Elementary?
Miles, Gage, and HP, dog.
Damn,
Miles, Gage, and
bro,
HP, bro.
me too,
Hell
bro.
yeah, dog.
I went to Miles, Gage,
Yeah.
and then HP for a little bit because they kicked my ass out.
Yeah.
Being a dumbass.
Yeah. Like, that was my goal, never to get kicked out. I was scared to get kicked out. Like, I was threatened by it a few times, hanging out with the wrong people, and the counselors would grab me and be like, "Hey, man, you're on your way out to Southgate or to Jordan." Or I'm like, no, I'll be good, I'll behave.
Not Jordan.
No, Jordan's like doing real time there, fool. That's going to the pen right there, dog.
Yeah.
But when they threaten you with Jordan High School, you're like, I'm going to get my shit together. I'm going to go to church. I'll do whatever it takes,
Bro,
dog.
when they kicked me out of Southgate High School, they fucking tried to send me to Fremont.
Oh, yeah, Fremont's the other one. Oh, my goodness.
And I dropped out. I said, fuck that.
That's scary, fool.
I was like, I ain't going there. I'm fucking, oh, hell no.
I had homies who got kicked out of HP and got sent to Fremont, and we would like meet up after school or whatever, and they had this look like they've just seen death, fool. Like, they were scared. Well, they were like, just scared. Like, I don't want to go back there.
I said, fuck that. I dropped out and I started working.
He said,
instead.
even the girls are fucking crazy, dog. Like, even they're down to fight too, dog. Like,
that shit was like a riot every day and shit.
Yeah, no, that's what I was scared of. I was, because I'm not a big guy, fool. I was always like the class clown, having a good time, pero si me pasaba de verga, güey, a little bit. You have to check my ass every once in a while, especially adults. But because I would always push the envelope, how far can I get with shit, like, ditching and fucking around, and eventually they were like, hey, that's enough, like, you're about to get your ass kicked out of here. And I'm like, okay, yeah, cool, I'm good.
Yeah, hasta que they would be like, hey, this is it. And you're gonna be like, all right, cool. I pushed it up.
Yeah.
I don't want to go to Fremont.
Yeah.
I heard there's riots over there.
Hell yeah, dog. There's racial wars, which I don't even understand why we're fighting.
Yeah, I'm like, and I'm cool.
Yeah,
I pass on
I'm
that.
straight. I'm
a funny guy. I'm not a fighter. So at what age did you decide, like, hey, you know what? I'm actually pretty fucking funny. Like, I'm going to pursue this as a career.
But that was my thing, bro. Like, the story I tell is that I've always been funny since I was a little kid. I was always class clown. I won funniest in Gage Middle School yearbook. I won funniest in high school. Like, I was always a class clown. And I tell people that's how I got laid, bro. That's how I got, that's how I got girls when I was coming up, fool. Like, making them laugh this whole time. And so, in my mind, I always wanted to be a comedian. But being from Huntington Park, I had no idea what that looks like. Where do you start? Where do you go? Yo, la neta, I would never leave HP, dog. Yo nunca cruzaba Alameda, bro. After Alameda, it's scary over there, fool. It's scary over there. And then after the other way, towards Downey, hey, that's upper, that's rich people. I can't move. Basically, no salía de Huntington Park. I didn't know what it took to be a comedian, dog. Do you go to school for it? Do you take classes?
Because there was really no known comedians from our city. Like,
None. So. I mean, Paul Rodriguez probably the only one. Later came George in the late 90s, though. George Lopez came in the late 90s. Now when I'm already 18, 19, 20, dog. So by the time George Lopez came up, I was obviously excited. Holy shit, this motherfucker's funny. Like, he looks like me. He's feo como yo, güey. Like, it's everything, bro. Like, it's crazy. But I was already 19. Like, I've kind of like moved on with like, let's. I need real money. I need a job right now, fool. So I started getting into other stuff. But as I grew older and I was funny with friends, with my girlfriends, with people and family. And coworkers, especially any job I had, my coworkers were like, "Oh, you should be a comedian, fool! Like, you're always funny. Like, you're always cracking jokes in the meetings, and you're just a funny guy, dude." And I was just like, "Yeah, I just don't know where." So one of my homies and stuff, shout out to a few homies, actually, a very few homies used to hit me up like, "Hey, you should go try this." Now the internet's coming, right? Now it's the early 2000s. 2003, 4, 5, the internet's like becoming a thing. And then so I got the homie Marcos Osorio, Cesar Cadena, Adrian Latios, Eric Torres. A bunch of my true homies would always like, "Hey, bro, there's this bar that they're doing comedy at. Hey, there's this place, there's this comedy club. There's this place in North Hollywood. There's this place in Eagle Rock. There's this place in Koreatown." They're like telling me, go try it. And I would always tell them, I'm down, but I was never down. Until I was 29, dog. I was like, you know what? I'm about to be 30. I got 2 babies. My little kids were newborns. I gotta try this, man. Like, it's like a bucket list shit, And I went to North Hollywood, a comedy club, because I'm a Ha Comedy Club.
Okay.
And they had amateur night there. You have to pay $5 and buy a beer just to get on the list to possibly get up on stage, fool.
And it wasn't for sure.
It wasn't for sure, dog.
Oh, fuck.
But you buy a beer and you have a ticket. You buy a ticket. You got to put it in the fishbowl, and then they pull one out. And if you call your name, you get to go up. And they called my name, and I went up there, and I ate a dick, fool. I was horrible.
How was it though? Like, was it like you were fucking nervous? You just bombed?
Very nervous. Like, honestly, I black out, fool. Ni me acuerdo qué tanto dije allá arriba. I just remember there was awkwardness. It was like weird. But the only good news is that's all comics. It's all comedians in there, fool, and staff. There's no real audience. This is called open mic.
Okay.
This is for you like trying out to try and get on a real show. So all these open micers, all these other comedians were also a lot of beginners and some veterans who go practice there. And just all of them were like, ooh, this guy. Yeah. You know, I was just saying some it was called hacky, dumb, paisa shit, dog. You know, like, I'll be like, I'm from Huntington Park, but don't call me a wetback, all right? And like, you know, like, I'm not a wetback. And they're like, okay, whatever, dog. Like, what are you saying, you know? And things like that. I know I look brown, but I can speak English. Look, listen. And then I'll be like, do like broken English shit. It was like horrible, bro. It was bad, fool.
And nobody laughed.
Nobody's laughing. Everyone was like, yeah.
Standing there.
I thought I was killing that, fool. I thought I was like, oh my goodness, like get this one, get this shit out. And nobody, but I left there. It was awkward. It was silent. It was uncomfortable, bro. I get off, and then some of the comics like, hey, keep it up, buddy. Keep it up. You'll be all right. Keep it up. And I was like, I don't know what happened. I got no laughs, fool. Like nobody laughed at anything I said.
Was your material written, or did you just
a little bit of both? It was like topics. Yeah. So it was just topics, ideas, and then I just thought that they were gonna laugh at dumb shit like I was gonna say up there, and no one laughed at anything I said. But then that checked me, bro. That checked me where I'm like, I'm better than this. I'm better. I know I'm better than this. I know I am funny. And this is, I can do better than this. So I did, it was like awakening. And then there were some comics that were real nice who were like, yeah, bro, they were like, you got to write some shit. You got to write jokes and you got to do it like, yo no sabía nada de eso, güey. Yo no sabía nada. I thought it was just your natural instinct would take over. And yeah, you should have some thoughts in your head about what you're going to talk about, like current events or whatever the fuck. But I didn't know you had to actually write a setup and a punchline. I had no idea. I just thought it was
nobody broke anything.
No one ever told me anything like that, fool. Until I got there, and there were some guys who were like, oh yeah, you got to write your jokes down. You got to write them down, this and that. I'm like, oh, okay. And then I started to write some shit, and little by little, I just kept coming back, like at least once or twice a week. I kept coming back, and just I started meeting some real cool comics, cool people, and they were just like helping me out, and they just started giving me advice.
Who had the biggest influence on you?
A little bit of everybody, fool, but you know, Jeff Garcia was probably one of the guys who like really helped me out in the beginning.
Okay.
He was coming kind of famous at the time and shit, and selling out and stuff like that. And he saw me at the Ha Comedy Club. He's like, "Hey, Kay, you wanna open for me?" I'm like, "Yeah, fuck yeah." But I had to pay my dues though, man. I had to like pick him up, pick him up from his house. Like, he lived in Laverne, dog.
Oh,
so I used to drive all the way to Laverne to pick him up and bring him to Hollywood.
So from the 210, and then come all the way
from
back?
HP to Laverne, to Hollywood, back to Laverne, back to my house. Fool. So I have to leave my house at 6, the show's at 8. So I leave my house at 6, pick him up around 7, get to the show at 8, leave around 10, 11, drop him off around 11, midnight. I'm home by like 1 o'clock in the morning, dog. I did that shit for like a couple of years, though. Like almost every day. But
he allowed you to open, so it was all worth it.
Yeah.
And then you started getting experience.
Yes. Yeah. And he was rough on me, but in a good way, dog. He would like, tell me like, that's hacky, that's not good, that's not funny, and he would fix it for me and help me fix it and stuff like that.
Damn, that's what's up.
So he did that like that, but that life took a toll on me though, man. It was a lot of drinking, a lot of long nights, and so I was just kind of like separating myself from him. Once I kind of had to figure it out a little bit, I told him, hey man, that's enough. Like I'm gonna do my own thing, kind of stuff. And so I started just doing my own thing, dog. And by that time, I had met a bunch of fools who were down to like, help me out and open and roll with them. And so like it was dope, man. So
like there was a lot of fucking partying after like
in the beginning, Seaway. Yeah, man. Cost me my marriage, fool, pretty much, dog. Yeah, but it was already on the rocks a little bit. But at the time, it was this or that, and I chose that.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And how did you link up with Chingo?
So Chingo saw us just on the grind, bro. Like Chingo met Jesus Opodo first, a homie.
Okay.
He met him, and he got to open for him when he came out to Cali. He got to open for him, and Jesus told him about me. He's like, yo, man, this is my homie Jerry, because we were roommates. Jesus and I were roommates. I wasn't on that show. In fact, he invited me to be on that show, but I was like, nah, I'm good. I'm straight. He's like, yo, man, I'm gonna go open up for this guy named Chingo Bling, bro, in Hollywood, food. And you should come? I'm like, nah, I'm good, fool. I'm straight. And I didn't go. And then he did his thing. They hit it off. And Jesus told me, hey, man, this guy Jerry is funny. Next time you come, you should have him on the show too. And it just rolled from there. And we met up. And Chingo at the time, this was 2017, and he was trying out comedy too. So he wanted a lot to learn. So now we're both helping him out. And so we're all just helping each other out. And he helped us out. He's like, yo, man, I got this Netflix special. I'd like for you guys to be a part of it. And I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm down, dude. Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, because it was supposed to be an hour special just for him.
Mm-hmm.
But he wasn't ready. So he's like, yo, I'm just going to do like increments of like 15 minutes and then I'll bring you guys up or shit and have you guys do the comedy.
So that was your first big.
Yeah, man, that was my big break. Netflix, they can't deport us all.
Oh,
yeah.
shit.
And after that, that's when stuff really started taking off. Because I started in 2009. So I was just on the comedy grind this whole time, fool. And we actually shot that in 2016 or 17.
That's crazy.
But yeah, a good 5-6 years into it, that's when it started to actually take off.
And you said that you and Jesus were roommates, and like, so how did you meet Jesus?
Yeah, I met Jesus at the Hollywood Improv. I was performing at the Hollywood Improv. They had Latino night Friday nights, refried beans, refried Fridays.
Refried Friday?
Yeah. Refried Fridays, and I was doing a Latino show there, and he was working the kitchen. Food up was a dishwasher at the Improv.
Nah, no way.
So he said he moved out from Tucson. He's from Tucson. He moved out here, and he got a job at the Improv trying to break in. So he said he was a dishwasher. He said he heard me. He'll tell you the story when he comes down. But basically, he said he heard me on stage. He like, and obviously that was like making people laugh. He's like, who the fuck is like fucking paisa and shit? And he saw me, and he said, he's like, I just like the way he talks. He talks like a real person. You know, talks like a real guy. Like he's not trying to be funny. He's just being himself. And that's the story. He says it. And then after the show, he came up to me like, yo, bro, I'm Jesus. I'm from Tucson. I just moved out here. Can I roll with you kind of stuff? Like, if you got a show, let me know. I'll come hang out. And it was a good vibe off the get, fool. And then just I gave him my number, and we just hit it off from there. At the time, he was just like couch surfing, bro. He was like couch surfing, living at people's different places, living rooms, because he had just moved here. And during that same time, I was getting separated from my lady, dog. So I was getting separated. And so I was looking for a place to move in myself somewhere else. And so we just found a place together, dog. Like, hey, fool, it's just one of those things that's kind of like worked out. He was homeless. I was going homeless.
So they just came together at a perfect time.
Yeah. And we lived together for 8 years, dog. He just moved out last year.
Shit, no
he
way.
just barely moved out last year, dog. Yeah.
That's a long fucking time, 8 years?
A long time. We're legally married, fool. Yeah, we could do our taxes together, dog.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
Wow, yeah, it was good, bro. Like, it was great, and we helped each other out a lot. Full writing. I think that experience is what really helped us just get our shit together, and we hit it hard. We used to go out everywhere together in the beginning, and then eventually we started, finding our own path, and we all started going our own path. And so ahorita he's doing great. Moved on. Now he lives in the valley out there in Northridge. Fool, doing his own thing, shit.
Okay.
So yeah, it's just a matter of that's how it is, bro. Like, you do your thing, you grow up, you come up together, and then you start breaking out, fool.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but now we're back together doing this fucking tour, Los Toxicos.
Yes.
So as soon as we thought we were done with each other, now we bring this shit back.
And how did that come about? Like how did you meet Valentino and Concrete?
Well, I've known about Jay for a long time. Jay has fucked around with comedy a little bit here and there, but he comes and goes. Concrete, I met him a few years ago. He was trying to break into comedy a few years ago before the pandemic. See, the pandemic fucked a lot of shit up. So a lot of these moves were being done before the pandemic. We knew who we were, and we're just talking and stuff. And at the time, Concrete hadn't done stand-up yet. So he was just like, one day I want to try stand-up kind of shit. And I'm like, bro, like whenever you're ready, fool, you can come kick it, dog. Come hang out with us. And yeah, I will. Pandemic comes, kills everything, fool. Pandemic over. Then we just kind of like get back together and stuff. Like, hey, bro, now that obviously Concrete blew up during the pandemic is when Concrete fucking blew the fuck up. Before pandemic, Concrete had like less than 100,000 followers. Probably had like 50,000, 40,000. Now he's over like boom. During the pandemic is when he fucking killed it, fool. He went hard. Just fucking busting out the shit.
So the fucking pandemic fucked some things up, but it also made
helped
things
some fools
better.
up. Yeah. A little bit. And for sure, so once he blew up, and Jay also, we started talking like, yo, we should do something here. Like, they want to get into comedy. We want to keep working, doing bigger shit, better shit. We want to tour. So I think it was a formula that works, dog. It just works. We all bring something special to the table, dog.
I think it meshes well, bro.
It really does, fool.
It really does, bro. And I could just imagine when all you guys are together, like in the fucking room, dude.
Yeah, we fuck around, dog. No, it's just my way. And I'm like the older head full of the crew, dog. So they're all in their late 30s. I'm in my 40s, dog. So it's like I'm still like I'm a little bit more of the father figure right now, fuck.
Yeah, so you'd be like, hey, wait,
ya, güey, cálmate. Ya siéntate, cabrón. Ya.
Siéntate, güey.
Yeah. But it's been great. We've done like 4 shows together, and everyone gets better and better. We're just building that nucleus, full, and it's just becoming like I'm really enjoying it, bro. It's really, really, really special.
I think I'm enjoying it with you guys. I've been to all the shows except the last one.
You didn't go to Farallon?
No, I had my table, and then I got sick.
No shit.
And I was like, fuck.
You got the COVID again or what?
Nah, I got
Just
fucking
sick.
my
It was
asthma.
going around, huh?
No, my asthma was crazy.
Órale.
No, because I went to Mexico, and I went to the fucking America Chivas game.
Oh, no shit.
Bro. I was fucking living my best life, bro.
Damn. Was it Guadalajara or
No,
DF?
I went to Guadalajara to fucking Estadio Akron. Trague, drinking, eating. I came back and boom, I got an infection.
Yeah.
I got an infection and and that Friday I was like, bro, I had like a sinus infection.
No shit.
I was pissed because I really wanted to go.
Yeah,
I had my table, so I just gave it to my agents and they were
no shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fucking lit, bro, for sure. It was lit, man. Pinche Farallon. Yeah,
and it's close to home.
It was literally 5 minutes from there. I didn't even want to tell people that, but I was like literally down the street.
You're like, well, it took me 3 minutes to get here. No traffic, dog.
I was still late, fool.
Shit, it's crazy. So some of the major challenges that you had to go through, like, because I know that industry is a little bit different. I mean, I don't know it, but like, what were like the biggest challenges of trying to get on?
It's just literally that, proving yourself, man. Yo, la neta, way, I've had a lot of good luck, man. A lot of good breaks. I don't know what it is, but I get along with people pretty well. But it is hard, fool. Like for me, like even still today, like I go to Hollywood still today, and I don't feel as welcome or as received or like appreciated. I still gotta wait my turn and ask, when can I go up and shit like that. It's not the same. That's just being the brown. School sometimes. Unfortunately, it still is, dog. You know what I mean? But more and more like those are opening.
We gotta
for
work
me.
a little bit extra hard for shit.
Yeah, I feel like we have to prove ourselves over and over and over and over again, dog. Because like I go to Hollywood a lot, and I'll kill it one night, and then another night I may not do as good, and when I don't do as good, like they don't call me back as often. But other comics who are white, they bomb as well. They not do good, but they're there the next day. And they're back again on the same show the next day. Where like if I don't do good, it's gonna take me a couple months for me to come back. And those are the difference, Doc. But it's hard to complain because I actually do come back. They do coming back. So it's one of those things where like, what's really going on here, fool? Like, how much do you really appreciate? But I just feel like I have to prove myself over and over. But then that works out a new muscle. That I use it to my advantage. Where like I don't have time to fucking bomb. I don't have time to eat dicks. We call it eating dicks up here. I have to go up there and fucking kill every time.
So you gotta go out there every fucking
you go with that mentality
because of that type of shit.
Yeah, exactly. Because I go up there and I do shows with a lot of the big boys out there in Hollywood. Household names. But they're out there and they're trying out new jokes and they're not doing so good. But it's okay. They're in their backyard. They can do that. I'm not. I'm a guest.
And they're gonna get called back no matter what.
They're gonna get called back no matter what.
Whether they fucking bomb or not.
Exactly, fool. So yo no tengo esa oportunidad, güey. I have to go in there and kill it, fool. Yeah.
Fine.
But it helps you. It helps you
fucking
become better, dog. Yeah.
So I just think it's gonna allow you to fucking bring out some dope ass shit.
Like I'm not afraid to go anywhere, bro. Like I perform everywhere. I perform in the most redneck communities, African American shows, everything, fool. Like ethnic shows, todo Jewish shows, and I don't give a shit, fool. I enjoy it. I enjoy the fucking challenge, dude.
That's what's up.
I do like chocolate sundaes. I do like Hollywood uptight like Jew shows. It's crazy, man, and it's just and I make everybody laugh somehow, some way. Figure it out, fool. Man.
And then I think now that you guys are like doing your own movement, that's even better.
Yeah, because we realize like it's almost like we have to do our own shit where we don't need to be asking. Like we just gotta do our own shit, And
I just feel that you guys have the platform to do it like that.
Claro. Claro.
So then why the fuck go ask when you guys could create your own fucking movement, do your own shows, and it's gonna keep on growing because every time you guys have a show, it fucking sells out.
Yep.
So it's building the momentum.
Yep.
And now it's gonna get bigger and bigger.
Yep. And then that's another place where like, wait a minute, who are these guys? Let's go get these guys. And instead of us asking, because that's part of the game too. Fool, for me, like it's like I have to like email. I got managers and people who help me, but I like to take initiative myself. Sometimes I'm home doing nothing. I'm just like, oh shit, this fucking comedy club, and I'll get on the computer and I hit them up like, hey, what's up? It's been a minute. I haven't been there in a while. What's up? We got some openings. That's me reaching out. Because they forget about you sometimes, dog. Like hey, like. And so you have to remind them, like, hey, fool, remember me? Like, what's up? When can I come back? And it's part of the game, dog.
And how much of a game changer is this social media stuff now?
The social media is all a total, complete game changer, dog. Crazy, complete game changer, fool. Like now, like thanks to that, I'm able to fucking perform in way more places before because of that, fool. Just the exposure that you get with social media is unbelievable. And I'm not the best at it, bro. Like, I'm learning. That's where I'm starting to sit down and take notes from Concrete and the J Valentinos because those motherfuckers got that shit on lockdown, fool. And I don't, bro. Like, I'm very old school, but I still try my best. At least I get on my story as much as possible. Story and every once in a while a reel here and there. But I also like my privacy and all that stuff. Dog. I don't like to show everything out.
You just show enough.
Yeah,
enough to get you that exposure, and then you're gonna be trending everywhere.
Claro. So a little bit. I dabble in a little bit of everything. I'm new to that
shit. I'm new to all that shit. I started doing a gang of content, but Valentino was the one always telling me, bro, you need to get on video. And I'm a little bit old school. I'm like, nah, for what? And he's like, bro, like, you need eyeballs on you.
That's my mind. That's my mentality, fool.
And I was like, I don't need to do that shit.
I have to break myself out of that shit. It's hard, fool.
It was fucking the hardest thing I had to do. Yeah. People might not know it because I post videos every day now, but that shit was hard. Yeah. I was uncomfortable because I came from that. Yeah, we didn't have social media growing up.
Hell no.
So it was like, nah, fuck that. I'm just gonna do my shit.
I never even had a MySpace, fool. I was married when I was MySpace, fool, and I wasn't allowed to have a MySpace, dog. I asked my wife at the time, babe, you think I can have a MySpace? All my friends have one. Like, if you get on fucking MySpace, that's where all the fucking ratchets are at. That's where fucking people trying to cheat on it. And like, all right.
And you're like, oh, really? All the ratchets are there?
Yeah. Like, that's why I want to get on it.
I've never had a MySpace.
Me neither, fool.
I mean, I just started the Instagram shit and all that stuff, and the exposure that we're getting is crazy.
Great,
and
right?
I should have listened to Valentino, but I was just stuck in my ways.
See,
like, hey, and now he's like, okay, now you're being super active, and that's good. And I'm like, but fuck.
Yeah.
But now I just got a system. So now, we film certain days and we post certain days. It's already pre-recorded.
Correct. That's
so
how
it's
they
not
do
like I'm fucking doing every day.
That's how they do it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, I got together with Jay and Concrete, and we do like 3-4 skits in one day, and then they just drop it sporadically throughout the month and shit.
Yeah. It's called batch recording. So I just record it and boom.
Yeah.
Because it's the only way that I'm gonna do it.
That's the IG models fucking concept. That's how they do it.
Yeah.
All these fucking chicks, fool, they just shoot a bunch of shit.
Se ponen el bikini diferente y vámonos.
Damn,
that's crazy.
That's part of it, dog. Good times.
It's crazy. So yeah, man. But yeah, that Toxico tour, that's just dope, bro.
You guys are yours, yeah, dog. We just added some more days. We're going to Vegas in a couple weeks. We'll be out there in Vegas, and then we got Chicago. We got Dallas for Cinco de Mayo. We'll be in Dallas.
Oh, no way.
Santa Ana. We're doing Santa Ana in a couple weeks.
I got my tickets, bro.
Yeah, for that one.
Damn, I got my tickets,
that
dog.
That was dope, so
it said VIP, so I took it as very important paisa.
A huevo.
Hey.
A huevo.
Yeah, so I'll be there for sure.
Hell yeah, dog. And then I still do my own shit too. I still headline everywhere on my own. So that's what's fun about this, that we get together and then we get to do our own shit as well.
Okay, that's cool.
Oh yeah. Well, we got there, man.
Yeah, man. But what's it called? On my feed, I don't know. It's because I've been watching you guys so much. I get a lot of shit on my feed, right?
The algorithm.
The algorithm is like pushing comedy stuff, right? So then I keep on bumping into this Carlos Mencia thing, right? About him stealing jokes.
Yeah.
Is that like a real fucking thing?
Yeah, but it's, early 2000s and stuff. But, I've got to meet Mencia a few times and hang out with him. Cool people, man. I actually just saw him in Vegas. I was doing the Dirty at 12:30 show in South Point Casino. But yeah, he took a bad rap for doing that. Obviously, that's like a big no-no in comedy. You got to be original. You got to write your own jokes. You can't take other people's material, of course, dog. So that's something that he got caught up with in the early 2000s. Apparently, he was doing a lot of that at the time. But the guy is still relevant today. He's still performing. He's still selling out, bro.
Hey.
That's the whole point of this. That he's a funny ass motherfucker, dog. And he had his faults. He did his thing. He got caught up. He got exposed. He's paying the price. He's known for that now, unfortunately, fool. But that's why it's so important. Like that's an example of why we cannot do that, fool. Like comics should never.
But how do you handle a situation like that? Like if somebody's stealing your shit, you'd be like, "Hey, fool, you stealing my shit? What the fuck?" Like, how does
you can get gangster, dog? But I mean, yeah, some fools get gangsters and hit you up and shit like that. But you just with today's social media, you just easy ways to expose them, fool. Just expose them and shit, and just let them know, hey, man, this is my joke. I wrote, maybe a video of you doing it a couple years ago. Hey, man, I do this joke, and because people have touched on my shit and touching my shit here and there, dog. Like I talk a lot about my kid's stepdad and things like that, and not that other people's can't have stepdads, but they could. But again, you could talk about the same references, but sometimes it's just too close to home where you have to kind of say something, fool.
Because I didn't look into it, but I seen some of his interviews, and I'm like, fuck, should I look into it? Like, see what Joe Rogan and like all these other people are talking about? Like, was it like blatantly like fucking?
To me, it's just a hacky ass joke about it's because the thing that the joke that he got exposed for was just the breaking point of many other situations like before. So like basically the joke that I, from what I recall, I believe it. Again, that's not just before my time, fool, but about building the wall, fool, right? About building the wall, but not the Trump shit. This is like 04, 05 shit. Okay. About Mexicans having to build a wall, que la chingada, and building tunnels. That's how hacky this joke is. It's like an old ass joke, fool. And again, supposedly some comedian said it first.
Who was the original?
I forgot, dog. It's some comedian. I can't remember the name. And then this comedian said it first, and then he said it exactly the same later, fool.
But just exactly the same.
And then he got other shit started resurfacing, like George Lopez material and other people's material, and everyone started calling him out and stuff, like other people.
You think people just ganged up on him?
Yeah, they did, fool.
Because to be honest with you, that fool right there, Carlos Mencia, was cracking, bro.
Yeah, he was.
In my 20s, I paid to go see him twice.
Yeah,
He had Mina Mencia.
Yeah.
Like, this dude was making...
Yeah, I saw him at the Ice House too, dude, and he's fucking hilarious, bro.
That dude is funny. He came out of movies. Like, I don't understand how somebody with that much success got blackballed the way he did.
He really did get blackballed, and some of it is self-inflicted, obviously, bro, because at the end of the day, you don't do that. Like, I'm not going to be here and defend somebody who does that like that as a comedian. I can't do that. But what I'm just trying to tell you is that he's so talented and so good that he's still here with us today doing things and selling out. And I'm hoping not stealing anymore. I'm hoping not. I have no idea. But I don't think so. The motherfucker's funny. I've seen him perform myself. I've seen him pop in at clubs, and he fucking kills it still today, bro. Kills it.
My thing with him is this. It's like he's so talented that I don't even think he had to steal shit.
Exactly. That's what a lot of people say. But
like, this dude's really funny.
It's kind of like food. It's almost like the Astro situation, bro.
Oh,
you know? Like
shit.
That's my complaint about the fucking Astros. Fools, like, they cheated when they didn't have to cheat. They were a fucking good team.
And they almost lost.
They were fucking cheated. Exactly. They were loaded. They're loaded with a bunch of great players, and they decided to cheat, right? And they still barely win, dog. But I'm trying to tell you that they didn't have to cheat, fool. They were already relevant. They were already winners. They were already winning a bunch of games without that shit, dog. And after the fact, too, after they got caught, won. They kept winning after they got caught, which means they didn't have to fucking cheat. And that's kind of the thing with they just won a World Series, motherfuckers. And it's kind of like with Mencia, like, he did what he did. He got caught. I'm hoping he stopped. I'm sure he did. And since that point, we're talking about like 05, bro. This is a long fucking time ago, fool, almost 20 years ago.
But a lot of the things are resurfacing. Why?
Because people like to troll, dog. People like to troll, and he's still doing well for. He's still doing good for himself.
He's doing good.
I like people still, and people love Joe Rogan, and people, it's like one of those things that it just keeps coming up. Fool.
I like both of them. I never spread hate. I'm just like, I was just curious.
That was before my time. I'm just a student of the game, and I don't know. I don't get all into the achievement like that. Like, oh my God, what did you do? Like, how did you do it? Why would you do it? Like, I don't get into all that. And but I just know that he did get caught. A lot of people called him out, and it's not everybody can be lying. And so now, you know, it makes me like check myself like, shit, I better make sure that I'm not fucking doing anything that's close to that shit. You know what I mean? Because like I get shit for saying the word fool a lot because, you know, like Felipe Esparza uses the word fool a lot, but I'm like, dog, that's why I talk.
But fool is a HP thing.
It's an HP LA
like,
thing.
Hey, fool, like, you know, fool, like we say fool for everything.
Yeah, fool and dick and stuff like that.
Like,
but I've got people,
you know?
I've had people hit me up like, oh, you're a wannabe Felipe Esparza. You know, Felipe Esparza says fool, dog. You're a wannabe Felipe. I'm like, no, fool. First of all, Felipe Esparza is a fucking G. Fucking hilarious, bro. Like
fucking funny.
His own style. Like he's you know, he does like marijuana shit. I don't smoke marijuana. Like it's like, dude, it's like you don't have sons. I have sons. Like, what are you talking about? Like it's like I would never. I say fool. Of course I say fool. That's how I talk. I say dick. I say dog. I say fool. That's how we talk.
And we like usually say it in one sentence. Dick, fool.
Get out of here,
in one sentence.
Get out of here, fool. And I'm a huge fan of Felipe Esparza, but it's not like, come on, dog. Let's not go there either, fool.
He's
like,
funny, bro.
You know, hell yeah. Fool.
I like him too. I pay to see him too.
He's the shit,
But
man.
growing up, George Lopez and Carlos Mencia.
Of course, man. Yeah.
You know, so they gave us like, oh shit, he's Mexican. He's up there.
Yo también, güey.
You know, he gave us hope.
Yeah, I used to go out there as a fan, and yeah, Mencia and George Lopez never disappointed, fool. That's for sure. And a lot of times, especially with George, had the same material. And it just made me laugh even harder the second and third time I saw that shit, fool.
That's crazy.
You know?
But
that's
I know
how good that shit is.
But I never questioned what the fuck happened to Carlos. And like, that dude just disappeared. But now he's
still around. He's still around.
Well, now
yeah.
he's coming back. I see him. I don't know if the algorithm is just feeding me a bunch of comedy stuff.
He's trying to like
really?
Be more like in your face a little bit more now too. Yeah,
That's
he's
cool.
getting himself out there.
Well, he is funny.
He is, bro.
So shout out to him. Hopefully he makes it, you know?
Hell yeah.
Hopefully he gets a second chance or whatever.
You know, I'm still a student of the game. I look up to a lot of his cats, man. You know, like we got the homie Ralph Barbosa right now too, who's blowing up and shit. You know,
he's funny too.
I got to meet. You know, I met him like 3-4 years ago, dog, when he was first coming up, and even back then I was like, man, this motherfucker is gonna be special, dog. And he's just a great writer, and I love his intensity of how serious he takes the game.
He's so mellow, huh?
So chill, dog.
And then he throws a fucking boom. I was like, oh shit.
He's what we need. He's what we need right now. Full genuine, good writing. And just great fucking art and joke writing. For it's a beautiful thing.
So that whole George Lopez, all that shit, like, did they just blow it out of proportion? You think?
A little bit of that. I mean, George is always taking shit for like not helping Latino comics and stuff like that. But for us, man, for me at least, I was like, dog, we don't need. It's not about help. It's like how bad do you want it? It's a drive you have within yourself too. Like, you know, George Lopez never helped me, dog. But look where I'm at, dog. Like, I'm not gonna take it out on him. Like. It's okay, like and I think that was the whole point, that just do you and then don't worry about anything else. I think that was his point, and it just got blown out of proportion and shit. You know, it's the way he said it, it's the way he approached the whole situation. Yeah, he had never heard of Ralph Barbosa, and he just kind of like made it bigger than it was, kind of stuff, bro.
Because they blew that shit out of proportion, bro.
Yeah.
I'm seeing fucking everybody talking about it in different type of podcasts. Like,
yeah.
That shit was just everywhere, dude.
Yeah. But Ralph was going to be fine with or without that
But Ralph was like,
controversy, dog.
I really don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I don't give a shit. Yeah.
He's like, whatever.
Yeah.
He's a funny dude too, bro.
Fucking hilarious, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, you know, I was always a big, I still am, George Lopez fan, bro. Like, he's the reason, again, that goes back to my original when I started comedy. He's the one that made me like, oh my God, like this guy's on fucking TV, bro. Like, it's fucking crazy.
Dude had a show, man.
He had a whole fucking show, dog. Like, damn.
And it was actually funny. Like, this shit was dope.
Okay, to be honest with you, that was one of my things when growing up, bro. You know, I'm not the best looking guy in the world, fool. Especially when you're 19, 20, 21, and you're like, you don't see anybody on TV like yourself, fool. You know, you see all the Morenitos, the Eddie Murphys, the Chris Rocks, and you see all the white people, of course, the Tim Allens, and all these fucking people, and you're like,
what about us?
What the fuck? Not about me. For me, I didn't say about what about. Like, I can't do it. Like, there's no people like me there. Why am I gonna try? Kind of shit.
Yeah.
And George Lopez opened that door for us to try. He literally did for me, dog. Like, he literally, once I saw him, it gave me the chance to like, oh, I could do it too, dog. I could do it too.
George Lopez, Paul Rodriguez.
Rodriguez. See, Paul Rodriguez is obviously a little older in my generation and shit, but I've had the opportunity to open for him and be on the road with him, and he's a beautiful man. He's a beautiful, beautiful person, beautiful soul, man. Loves to share stories, has tons of fucking million stories, dog. And yeah, he'd be great, dog.
I like him.
Yeah.
I still remember watching him. He hosted I was a kid watching some type of premios, and he hosted.
Yeah, Premio Lo Nuestro.
Some shit.
Yeah.
And it was me and my mom and shit, and my dad. I was a kid, and watching him, like, oh shit, that guy's all right, cool.
He's cool as shit, man. I've had a chance to. He's the first dude, like, man, it must have been like 20. It was before pandemic. I didn't me acuerdo, way. But he asked me to open for him in San Antonio, dog, and it was during. It was gonna be Christmas. It was like December 18th, 19th, Christmas, like the week before Christmas. And he asked me to go up there with him, and we're obviously bonding, having lunch and breakfast and dinner every day. It was a whole weekend. We're there Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And I will tell him about this was like 4 or 5 years ago, so my kids were younger. My kids were like 9 or 10 and shit at the time. He's like, well, what are you gonna get your kids for Christmas? I'm like, oh, I don't know yet, man. They want this, and I think they wanted like the PS3 or whatever the fuck at the time. And I'm like, I don't know. I was trying to figure out because their mom's gonna get them something, but I don't know how much I can buy them. Son dos, way, it's a lot. I want to get them some shoes or whatever the fuck. The point is that by the end of the week, I was supposed to make $500 that weekend, dog. And that motherfucker gave me $2,500, fool. And because here for your kids, man. So you could buy your kids something, dog. And I was like, damn, fool. That's like the most money I had ever made at the time, fool, like opening. Because when you're opener, you're only making like $100 a day, $100 a show. And we did like 5 shows together. So they gave me my $500 check, and he threw a $2,500 on top of that shit from his check, from his money. And I was like, damn, fool.
That was love.
That was mad love, fool. I'll never forget that about him, fool.
He seems like a fucking genuine person.
He made Christmas for me, dog, for sure.
Like, he seems like a genuine person. Like, he's just...
Yeah.
He's always going to keep it real, and he seems like a fucking legit dude.
Yeah, he is, man.
I never met him, but I'm just saying from what I see, and then like his interviews and stuff.
Yeah, he's good people, man.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good people out there, man. You come across a lot of people, and the people who are not good, I just stay away from them, fool, and do my own shit. And I'm always paying it forward, dog. There's a lot of young comics out there, older comics who I like to look up to, and just not to give them advice, but just vibe with them and ask them how you're doing. How you doing, dog? What can I do to help you? Kind of shit. I those older comics and the younger comics is like any advice they need from me or any help they want from me. I'm always there, dog. Through social media, through anywhere, dog. I'm always down.
That's what's up.
It's all about paying it forward, fool. It's a fun ride for me. I've been blessed. I've been fortunate. I've caught a lot of breaks early in my career, dog, and I'm still here. And it's like I'm just blessed, fool, and I'm happy, fool.
That's what's up, man. And shit, and look at things are fucking working out.
Ahí vamos, güey. Ahí vamos.
Poco a poco, man. That's what's up, man. But yeah, man, I want to thank you for stopping by. I know you're pretty busy and
thanks, fool,
and stuff, but I'm gonna be in every show that you guys have. We're gonna be there, bro.
You in Vegas, fool, or what?
Fucking even Vegas. I told them about the Vegas one. I'm like, damn, fool. I don't know about Vegas though. Damn.
It's gonna be in Old Town too, fool. Fremont, dog.
Shit. So I can go gamble with fucking $5.
Well, los nickel slots, fool.
Shit.
I'm down. Penny slots, fool. Let's do this.
Fuck it. Feel like a baller. Just fucking
with the big ass cup.
Cambio $20 and shit. And vámonos. And fucking, I'm all in. And it's only $5.
Blackjack. $5 blackjack, fool. You can't fucking fuck with that.
And how did you guys get that over there? Like, do you guys reach
the word
out?
is spreading, fool. We're just getting hit up. We're getting hit up by a bunch of promoters everywhere. Just different promoters hitting us up. We give them the prize. Some of them get a little scared away and not call
the
back.
Latino movement. What?
Yeah, fool. But that's what it is. Like, they hit us. We've been getting hit up from everywhere, dog, from a lot of different places. And we give them our quote or our deal. And again, some of them come back and some of them don't. Some of them like, sorry, I can't afford that. But it is what it is, fool. I mean, it's a good product we're giving out.
But I think like the social media presence and all that shit is like, it's just giving you guys so much exposure.
Are you that way too? Toda madre, way.
Fuck yeah, man.
And especially Con and Jay, fool. They're killing it on the social media, fool. And we're catching up. We're keeping up.
Shit. Hey, Concrete is fucking funny.
Nah, he's a real deal, dog. Yeah.
Valentino's funny. They like when they do their skits.
Yeah, it's a good fucking deal.
It's a good mix.
Good chemistry. Fool.
And fuck, you bring out 4 of you together? Yeah. Damn.
Yeah,
that's what's up.
It's a balance, fool, for sure, dog.
That's what's up.
We want to keep it going for as long as possible, dog, and just get better and better. We want to end up like later. We want to have like surprise guests and special invites and stuff like that. Maybe musical guests or other comics and stuff. But right now we're just trying to build this. Because we get hit up by a lot of comedians like, hey, can I hop on? But right now we're just trying to get this right before we can bring in other fucking comics to help us out.
Get the structure right.
Yeah.
And then, right?
Yeah.
And then move.
Maybe we shoot a special one day, fool.
And then, like, how do you sell out like a big ass fucking stadium? Like how is it like baby steps to that?
Yeah, it's a little bit baby steps to that, but it's all about the promotional company, fool. Like who backs it up. It's all about the people behind the scenes, fool. All the producers, the promoters, bro. They're the ones that do they're the ones that get the word out, bro. You know what I mean? So if you catch on with somebody real good at that, you know, shout out like to like Barbosa Entertainment, you know, the fools, they're doing their thing too, man. You know,
Arnold
Barbosa.
What up, Arnold? Bam.
Yeah, shout out to the homies. Shit.
His podcast is coming out on Monday.
He's the one that had us for one of our first shows, dog. Out there in El Malecón.
Oh, no way. Hey, that dude is a cool ass dude, bro.
Fullerton.
Yeah. Oh, I went to that one.
Yeah, from there, it kind of started taking off from there.
Like when you said, I'm from HP and I'm fucking wearing a Mexico jersey, I'm like,
Like,
me too, bro. And you're like,
like,
HP, oh shit. I'm like, bro, all fucking happy. And
I'm like,
shit.
that's well, I had a 90s peep, but I got you.
Like, I was like, hey, bro, fuck. And that's when, I was like, oh shit, that's right. He's repping the city. Boom. You're Huntington Park certified, bro. Bam.
Yes, hizo.
That's what's up. But I see you guys doing some big ass shit, bro.
Thanks, fool.
And I know that movement is gonna be big, and you guys have the audience for it and the support for it.
And it's a little bit for everybody too. I mean, again, we all come from different. We hit them from different angles, fool, all those way, right? Some of us are married, some of us are divorced, some of us are got girlfriends, some of us are single. So it's a little bit of everything. So we get to spread the love out for everyone, dog.
That's what's up, man. And fucking little by little, you guys are gonna fucking start making some more noise.
A huevo.
And I know that with, you know, like the presence of Concrete and Valentino, like on Instagram, that's only gonna help.
Yeah, for sure.
And aside from you fools are fucking funny.
A huevo.
You know? So, but hey, man, I want to thank you so much for stopping by. I'm sure you have a lot of things to do.
Yeah, fool.
And I appreciate you.
Es Viernes Santo.
Vámonos. That's right. Oh, no se come carne, güey.
No se come carne.
No vayan a comer carne, cabrón.
There's always that one narc, right, in the crew. I was like, hey, don't eat comida. Oh, it's a pecado, güey. It's a sin, dog. And you're like,
it's a sin.
And you're like, Jose, you're cheating on your wife, dick. Come on, shut the fuck up, fool. Like, let me eat my burrito.
So, yeah, man, but you being from Huntington Park and you are doing the things that you're doing, it makes us proud, bro. So keep on representing, dog.
Thank you, bro.
And then we're going to be here to support you, man.
A huevo, güey.
And then everybody right now, like when I post this on all of my high school friends, and you're like, hey, fool, you were fucking sitting down with Jerry. Hell yeah, HP, baby.
That's right, baby.
Representing
boy.
all the time.
Fool, make it happen, dog. Always.
But
thank you, brother. Appreciate you. Thanks for having me, motherfuckers.
Thank you.
Thank you. For sure. Gracias, güey.
Vámonos. Boom.